Hey everybody, Jeff here with a brand new episode of the PubTriviaExperience. Today we are back at it again with my cogent of the Hot Seat Tournament. This bracket has had some truly incredible matchups, and today's matchup is no exception. Diving right into it, let's get started with our first guest tonight, Katie. Katie, how are you doing? What are you drinking? And tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hey, I'm doing very well. I am on summer vacation right now. I'm a teacher, so I have no complaints in my life right now. It's been great. I am drinking a beer from a local brewery. It's called Trendy Shiny Thing. That's the name of the beer. The brewery is called Triptych. It's in Savoy, Illinois. So if you're ever in like the central Illinois area around U of I, we love Triptych. They are one of the few breweries around here that they don't do tipping. They just pay their servers and bartenders a living wage. So we like to go and support them as much as we can. But yeah, like I said, I teach middle school, so I'm an 8th grade reading teacher. I've got 2 kids. My daughter's 5. My son is 2.5. Yeah, that's about it.
That's awesome. I was actually born in the middle of Illinois, in the middle of a cornfield, at Mattoon, Illinois.
Yep.
Okay, so
it's all the middle of a cornfield around here.
yeah. So I haven't been there in several decades, but I imagine it's nearby where you are.
It's pretty close. I mean, we love Central Illinois. Gets kind of a bad rap for being all cornfields, but we love it. We're in a college town, so it's a good place to raise kids. Lots going on, lots of diversity, so we like it here.
That's awesome. Taking on Katie today is our second guest, Scott. Scott, how are you doing? What are you drinking today? And tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. Hi, Jeff and Katie. It's a pleasure to do this with you guys tonight. My name is Scott. I'm a library director of a public library in Derby, Connecticut. I live in Westport, Connecticut with my husband. We've been together since 1997 and married since 2012. I always get it wrong, but I think that's right. We have 6 rescue cats. So they keep us pretty busy. And there's a feral cat who actually lives outside, and we feed him just as much as the other ones. So there's a lot going on with the cats.
Wow.
And actually, as a teetotaler, probably one of your few guests who doesn't really drink, I'm drinking Pepsi tonight in a Hello Dolly glass because big Broadway fan. So there you go.
Oh, that's you almost lost me at Pepsi, but the glass I think makes up for it.
I try. Yeah. Well, what can you do when you were raised on Pepsi as a kid? That's what you drink. So there you go.
Well, it happens. But for me today, I am keeping it local, actually, with something I think has gone national. But we have the Cigar City Brewing down here, and I'm drinking a Florida Man beer. That's the name of it. So got to stick to my roots. Yeah, it's a double India Pale Ale, and it's delicious. I think this is the last of my 6-pack. But you've now met them. Let's see how they do in this hot seat. For the game, how it works today is we're going to have a warm-up round that's going to consist of 5 questions each. Each question is worth 1 point and is a simple yes or no question. For this round, there will be no punishment for answering incorrectly. So if you have just a guess, feel free to guess away. After that, we will then move on to our main round, which is the hot seat challenge we're all here for. We will bounce back and forth between our guests for 30 minutes, answering as many questions as they can. Each player will receive the same number of questions worth 1 point each. So if time runs out while one player has received an extra question, we will ask an additional question to even it out. Again, for this round, there is no punishment for answering incorrectly. So if you have a wild guess, around here we call them WAGs, the wild ass guesses, just go for it. Those are some of the most fun things that we get.
Thank goodness.
But after that, we will move on to our final wager round. You guys will be able to spread out all of your points that you've earned over the first 2 rounds across 3 different categories. You can wager, as many or as little of the points as you'd like, but you cannot exceed the amount of points that you earned. This will be the only round in which you can lose points. So again, that will need to probably weigh in on your wager logic, if that's what you call it. After that, we will have a winner, and we'll find that out in just a little bit. But do you guys think you're ready?
Absolutely.
Sure.
Oh, yeah. You sound a lot like when I did
So much
mine.
confidence.
All right. Well, if you guys are ready to dive into it, it looks like, Katie, you were selected by our randomizer to go first. So we will dive right into our warm-up. Our warm-up game today is going to be, is it a Stephen King book?
Oh, no. My husband is the biggest Stephen King fan, and he is going to be so mad at me by the time I'm done with it.
All right. So, like, for example, if I said Cujo, the answer would be yes. Right? So we've got 10 questions here. I'm going to go back and forth, starting with Katie. Yours is going to be The Eyes of the Dragon.
Oh, this is just a guess. I'm going to say yes.
Yes is correct.
Woo!
Starting us off with a point. All right, Scott.
Yeah.
House of Leaves.
I'm going to say no.
House of Leaves is not. That is correct. Back to Katie. The Experiment.
Oh, gosh. No.
No is correct.
Oh.
It is not a Stephen King. Back over to Scott. Needful Things.
Yes.
Needful Things is correct. That is a Stephen King book. Back to Katie. Cell.
Yes.
Again, correct. Cell is a Stephen King book. We are 5 for 5 so far. Back over to Scott. Keeper.
Wow. I'll say no.
No is correct.
Oh my gosh. Boy, that's a title that anybody could have written, right?
Uh-huh.
All right. Back to Katie. The Stand.
Yes.
That is correct.
My favorite Stephen King book, by the way.
That one was sitting on our nightstand for so long.
I was going to say, that one you can't avoid.
Yeah.
How many miniseries of The Thing have they made? And yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, back to Scott. The Black Tree.
Oh boy. Could I have The Stand? Could I do that one? The Black Tree. Holy moly. My mind's saying no. I'm going to go no.
Your mind is correct.
Oh, wow.
We are now 8 for 8 with the last two in the warm-up.
Oh, no.
Oh, Katie, you're tough, man.
Katie, yours is Mr. Matthews.
Oh. I know that Mr. Mercedes is a Stephen King book, so I'm going to go no.
No is correct.
Good thinking, Katie. Very good.
Thank you. Woo!
And our final question, Scott, is The Colorado Kid.
Oh, shoot. I know he wrote some interesting things. Oh, boy. Yes.
Wow. We just went 10 for 10 on our warm-up.
Oh, man.
That's amazing.
That is incredible. And
I
Katie,
feel would you agree that there were at least two that you were like, I'm not 100% sure?
Oh, the first two? Complete
right?
guesses.
Yeah, very good.
Oh, yeah. And considering I made up most of those that weren't Stephen King ones, I feel pretty good.
Now,
the fact that you even took you guys a second.
That you played a librarian and you matched me. I'm very proud of you, Katie.
Very nice, very nice. Well, after that, we're still tied, but we're now at 5-5. So you guys are ringing up the points for that final round. All right, you guys ready for the hot seat?
Oh boy,
yes.
I'm sweating bullets. I'll tell you.
You can do it.
All right. Well, the timer will begin as soon as I finish reading the first question. We're going to go ahead and get started with Katie. The first question is, In 1971, the New York Times published excerpts of top secret Vietnam War documents commonly known as what?
The Watergate Papers?
Close. It was actually the Pentagon Papers, though.
Ah, dang it.
Over to Scott.
Yep.
What country is said to have cultivated the world's first orange carrot in honor of their king, William of Orange?
Holland.
Holland is correct. Back over to Katie. What weather-related term is in the title of a nursery rhyme with a line, "The old man is snoring"?
It's raining, it's pouring.
Yep, that is correct. Back over to Scott. In 1976, how much did the Apple I personal computer cost?
Oh my gosh. I hate to say this, I had one. Or my parents bought one. Oh boy. The Pentagon Papers. I knew that one.
Still kicking myself.
$100.
It was actually a unique price, but it was $666.66.
Oh yes, of course it was. Yes, I now that you say it, it rings magic bells in my head.
Yeah. All right, back to Katie. Which African country gained its independence from Sudan in 2011?
The Congo.
Congo is not correct. We were looking for South Sudan.
Oh my gosh.
Over to Scott. Who gained notoriety for her work with the Parents Music Resource Center, an organization that advocated labeling music?
Tipper Gore.
Tipper Gore is correct. Back over to Katie. Which flower's name is derived from the Turkish word for turban?
Oh, goodness. Daffodil.
We were actually looking for tulip.
Oh,
Tulip.
my gosh.
Oh. Don't blame me, Katie. I never
would have gotten there, no.
All right, back to Scott. Which company founded by British mogul Sir Richard Branson has a space plane called Spaceship Two?
Virgin. Or Virgin Atlantic. I don't know.
I'm gonna ask you to be more specific on that.
Do I more than Virgin Atlantic?
No, if Virgin Atlantic is your answer, then
yes, Virgin Atlantic is my answer. Yeah.
Okay. We were actually looking for Virgin Galactic.
Oh, Galactic. Yep. Sorry. Yep.
All right, back to Katie. Dendrochronology is the scientific method for estimating the date of past events or artifacts by analyzing what?
Oh gosh. I'm not a science person. Oh, the only thing I can think is if that's like a fancy word for carbon dating. So I'll say the amount of carbon in something.
That's a great guess. But we were actually looking for tree rings.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Dendrochronology is the fancy word for studying tree rings.
Katie, what do you teach, by the way?
Reading.
Okay.
All right. Over to Scott. Due to its immense popularity with the Chinese, what U.S. state was the first to open its own tourism office in China?
Popular with the Chinese. California?
Close. It was actually Nevada.
Oh.
All right. Back over to Katie. Fittingly, what world landmark boasts a feature known as the SARS Tower?
The SARS Tower. The Great Wall of China.
We were actually looking for the Kremlin. Back to Scott. What is the Wall Street Reform Act that became law in 2010 commonly called?
Could you say that again, please?
Sure. What is the Wall Street Reform Act that became law in 2010 commonly called?
I think it's named for the two people who... Dodd-Frank?
Dodd-Frank is correct.
Oh, thank God.
Named after the two
Thank
senators.
God, Barney
Yep.
Frank and Christopher Dodd, my senator.
Hey, there you go. Look at that. All right, back to Katie. What U.S. spokes character made his first appearance in Leslie's Weekly in 1916 with the words, "What are you doing for preparedness?"
Smokey the Bear.
That's actually a great guess, but we were looking for Uncle Sam.
Oh, wow. I absolutely thought you were right, Katie. Absolutely. That was a good guess.
Oh, gosh.
All right, back to Scott. Which artist's Manhattan studio was known as The Factory?
Andy Warhol.
Andy Warhol is correct. All right. Back to Katie. What 2015 biographical hit, Straight Outta Compton, memorialized which popular 1990s rap and hip hop act?
Oh, gosh. I can't think of an act. I don't know. Tupac and Biggie.
I would say that's a good guess. We were looking for NWA.
Oh my gosh.
NWA. All right, back to Scott. Believed to be caused by jets, rare cloud formations that often drop snow share their name with what office tool?
Office tool. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Hole punch? I have no idea.
Hole punch is correct.
Oh my gosh.
No.
Yeah.
Katie, I apologize for that because that absolutely was total guess.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Hey, sometimes those
no,
wags
you're right.
will get you.
Guessing when the points are, that's really good advice, Jeff.
All right. Back over to Katie. What did Willis Carrier invent in Brooklyn, New York in 1902 for a printing company who had ink and paper problems due to the extreme heat?
Air conditioning.
Air conditioning's correct. Yeah.
Very good.
Picking up a point for that.
I'll take it.
All right, back to Scott. Which round flat candies did Admiral Byrd take to the South Pole on his 2-year expedition in 1928?
Round flat candies. Smarties?
Smarties is a good guess. It was actually Necco wafers.
Oh, okay.
Necco wafers. All right, back to Katie. Aubergine, the British term for an eggplant, is also the name of a shade of what color?
Purple.
Purple is correct. Back to Scott. Where in the human body are the two most common areas to check for a pulse?
The wrist and the neck, the carotid artery in your neck.
That is correct. Wrist and neck. Picking up a point. All right, back to Katie. Launched in 1993, Miu Miu is an offshoot of what upscale fashion label?
As soon as you say it, I'm going to know it.
I think we'll all know it as soon as he says it.
Yeah, well, true. Oh, gosh. Malabonic.
We were actually looking for Prada. Prada.
It was busy being born in 1993. I wasn't.
Oh, it's so close. All right, back to Scott. Actually, quick time out here for a score update. Right now, Scott has got a lead of 2 points with 10, and Katie has 8. So it's still a very close game.
Not
20
as
minutes.
Insane as I thought it was going to be, so I'll take it. Anything at this point.
Hey, 2
Katie,
points
you're
is
4 away from
still
your goal, man. So yeah.
I know, I'm getting there.
Actually, with the
so
5, right?
close.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
So close, so close. All right. Well, let's keep going here. We are back to Scott. So, which American music and entertainment magazine was founded by record producer Quincy Jones?
Spin.
We were looking for Vibe.
Yeah, I knew it was the other one.
Yeah. All right, back to Katie. What country is famous for the scenic fjords that line its shores?
Norway.
Norway is correct.
I've watched a lot of Frozen. I have a 5-year-old.
I was going to say fjord is mentioned several times in that movie.
Yeah.
That'll do it. All right, back to Scott. The star Polaris is commonly known by what other name?
The North Star.
North Star is correct. Back to Katie. The Scoville scale is commonly used to measure what?
Spiciness.
Spiciness is correct. Back to Scott. North America is connected to South America by an isthmus located in what country?
Panama.
Panama is correct. Back to Katie. What is the common nickname for the belt of volcanic and seismic activity that borders most of the Pacific Rim?
Is that the Ring of Fire?
Ring of Fire is correct. Back to Scott. Oh, someone hates me. What is the popular term for the sphenopalatine ganglioneuralgia, head pain, caused by ingesting cold food or drinks too quickly?
We all love to call it the brain freeze, I believe.
I wonder why.
Yeah.
Because
brain
no one
freeze is
can
correct.
say that crazy word, including Jeff on a
Yeah.
good day.
Yeah, that was quite the ride there. Back to Katie. Which actor won the Best Actor Oscar in back-to-back years in 1993 and 1994?
When you were born.
I know. I'm just thinking, like, okay, what movies were, I know movies that were, like, around that time. And the Oscars are, like, our thing now, but back in the day. Oh, gosh. Let's say Jack Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson's a good guess, but we were looking for Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks.
Oh, my favorite actor.
And Jeff, right? The only person to have done that since Spencer Tracy did it in the 30s. If
I
my
believe that's
trivia is
correct.
correct. Yes.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Tom, if you're listening. I love you.
He's busy
Also-
promoting Elvis. He's got other things on his mind.
Yeah, if he's listening, we have other conversations to have. But all right, we're back to Scott. Who said the following about his political rivals while giving a campaign speech in 2000? They misunderestimated me.
That would be George W. Bush.
George W. Bush is correct. Over to Katie. Forensic investigators often use dactyloscopy, a method of identifying people using what unique trait?
Oh, I watch so much Dateline.
And Jeff gets another hard word to pronounce too. It's his night.
Can you just say the word again?
Dactyloscopy.
Dactyloscopy. Oh, gosh. Fingerprints.
Fingerprints is correct.
Yeah, very good.
Easier than I was making it too hard.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, back to Scott. Often played by car horns, the classic Mexican folk song La Cucaracha tells the story of a type of what?
Well, a cockroach.
Yeah, that is correct.
Okay. that pause you do, Jeff, gives us all a heart attack. You know, it's like I'm sure it's cockroach, but you do a pause. We're all like, "What? It can't possibly not be that."
All right, back to Katie. What state east of the Mississippi is nicknamed the Palmetto State?
North Carolina.
Oh, so
South.
close. It was South Carolina.
Oh, darn it.
As soon as I said it, I was like, no, wrong Carolina.
Yeah. All right, back to Scott. The punny 1966 Time magazine headline, Truman's Compote, combines an author's name and a type of what?
A dessert.
Dessert is correct.
Yeah.
Back over to Katie. In the critically acclaimed TV drama, The Good Wife, who plays the good wife?
Oh gosh, I have no idea. I've seen the clips for it. I have no idea.
All right. We were looking for Juliana Margulies.
Wouldn't have gotten
Juliana
it.
Margulies. All right, back to Scott. The One Wood Golf Club, used to strike the ball long distances, is better known by what name?
Oh boy, and I love golf, but it's got a funny name. Oh, well, maybe not. Say it again.
The One Wood Golf
One
Club, used to strike the ball long distances, is better known by what name?
This might be wrong. The driver.
The driver's correct.
Wow.
All right. Back to Katie. What powerhouse nation can trace its history back thousands of years to the Shang and Shah dynasties?
China.
China's correct. Back to Scott. What country is also known as Persia?
Iran.
Iran is correct. We are back to Katie. What color is created when blending the standard billiard ball colors seen on the 8 ball and the cue ball?
Gray.
Gray is right.
Very good.
Back to Scott. Due to its history, New York's Ellis Island is home to a museum focusing on what subject?
Immigration to the United States.
Immigration is right. Back to Katie. What sweet treat melts in your mouth, not in your hands?
M&Ms.
Yeah, M&Ms.
Let's have some.
All right, back to Scott. What famous historical figure's dying words were "Hold the cross high so I may see it through the flames"?
I'm going to go with Joan of Arc.
Joan of Arc is right. All right. Our next question is, what massive dinosaur that ate up to 22 tons of meat per year had arms that were only about the length of human arms?
The Tyrannosaurus Rex.
That is correct.
Got a big head and little arms.
Yep.
It's another children's movie saving my
That's
life.
right. Those children are
Yep.
helping you. I just know it.
Yep. That's why I had them.
That's right. So I could watch Frozen over and over again.
All right, we're back to Scott. What depraved prisoner of the Bastille wrote the book The 100 Days of Sodom during just 37 days of his incarceration?
Oh boy, in the Bastille.
Mhm.
Is that Robespierre?
We were looking for Marquis de Sade.
Oh, of course.
Of course.
Of course it was. Well, he said he was depraved, and I should have picked up on that.
All right, back to Katie. In 1973, Bjorn Jacobson founded the Baby Bjorn Company, invented a revolutionary product that helps parents do what?
Carry their baby.
Yep, carry baby's correct. Back over to Scott. What candy company makes Butterfinger candy bars?
Oh, shoot. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. It's one of those things you know all your life and you don't know who makes it. Mars? I don't know.
We were looking for Nestle.
Yeah, shoot.
All right, 10 minutes left in the hot seat. Scott still has a lead, but it's very close. Scott with 20, Katie with 17. All right, let's dive right back in here. Katie, with lyrical answers like shave his belly with a rusty razor, An old song asks, what shall we do with whom?
Wow.
Oh my gosh. I have no idea.
I'm with you, Katie. Wow.
Mac the Knife.
Mac the Knife, not a terrible guess. But we were looking for a drunken sailor.
Oh,
What should we do with a drunken sailor?
That's right. Give her a few more minutes. She would have gotten that.
You could have sang it a little more.
With random guessing. That's right.
All right, back to Scott. Which retired NPR radio personality is known for his signature look of red tie, socks, and sneakers?
Oh, boy. Red tie, socks, and sneakers. NPR. Oh, boy. Is it Mark Shields? No, that's not it. Mark Shields.
Is that your answer?
Yeah, Mark
Shields? Okay,
Shields.
yeah. We were looking for Garrison Keillor.
Oh, Garrison Keillor. Oh, my God. That was...
Keillor, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
My
All
graduation
right,
speaker at my college. How did I miss that?
Oh, wow. That's a good one. All right, back to Katie. Whose voice introduced the NBC Nightly News with Brian Williams each evening?
Oh gosh. I'm gonna embarrass myself because I'm gonna say someone recent and it's gonna have been like years and years ago. Let's see. Johnny Carson.
That was not recent.
I don't know.
I was gonna say, that's not
like,
he's been dead
I
longer than you've been
myself out of
alive.
it. I was like, pick somebody old. Pick somebody old.
Well, I think you were a little too far old. It was actually Michael Douglas.
That wouldn't have been my guess if I picked someone recent.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah. Yeah. That's kind of one of those ones you either know or you don't.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Right.
No way to get to it. All right. Back to Scott. Who wrote 187 Men to Avoid, a survival guide for the romantically frustrated woman in 1995 using the pen name Danielle Brown?
No one cares. No, say it again. Sorry.
Who wrote 187
For those lovers of the
Men
book, I'm sorry.
Who wrote 187 Men to Avoid, a survival guide for the romantically frustrated woman in 1995 using the pen name Danielle Brown?
Oh, boy. And so you ask a librarian a book question, and I'm going to miss it. This is going to be brutal. How about Anne Rice?
Anne Rice, you are going to kick yourself. Danielle Brown was actually Dan Brown.
Oh, well, for God's sakes, yeah.
Oh.
You know, I actually thought it might have been a man. I thought that may be where that was going.
Yeah. All right.
Well, how clever he
Katie.
was with his pseudonym.
Well, real original, much like the book.
Almost as original as the Da Vinci Code.
Oh.
Sorry.
All right. Back to Katie. Which infamous Trivial Pursuit misspelling became a punchline in the Bubble Boy episode of Seinfeld?
Oh, no. Oh, I can like hear it. The only punchline I can really think of from Seinfeld is Art Vandelay, so we're going to go with that.
Art Vandelay. We were actually looking for Moops.
There we go. I'm not a Seinfeld person. I'm a Friends person, so.
That checks out. All right, back to Scott. What singers' concerts often include Hot Patootie, a song he sang as Eddie in the Rocky Horror Picture Show?
Well, I don't think he's singing it anymore because it's Meatloaf. And I believe he has passed away.
I believe you are correct on all accounts. Meatloaf is correct. All right, over to Katie. Real Cordovan leather is made from the hide of what animal?
Oh, say that first part again.
Real Cordovan leather is made from the hide of what animal?
Cordovan. Bison.
Bison's not a horrible guess, but we were looking for horse.
Oh, okay.
Horse. All right. Over to Scott with 5 minutes left. Currently still in the lead with 21 to Katie's 17. Scott, your question is, which What religious leader was born Jorge Mario Bergoglio?
I believe it's the current Pope.
That is correct. Pope Francis, the current Pope. All right, Katie. Which U.S. state is the closest to the continent of Africa?
Oh, goodness. I'm thinking of a map and like how far it's like, is this a trick question? I don't know. Florida.
Florida's a good guess, but it is kind of a trick question.
Is
The
it Maine?
closest state is Maine.
I was
Is
between
it?
those two because
Wow.
they stick
Yeah.
out the far that, yeah.
It sticks
Yeah,
out a
because of the
different way.
curvature,
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
You're-
Oh, dang it. I was going to say Maine and I psyched myself out of it.
All right, we're moving on to Scott. In NFL football, what is the rule called that states that a receiver must keep full control of the ball even after hitting the ground?
Much to my father's chagrin, I will not know the answer to this. Could you say it again?
Sure. In NFL football, what is the rule called that states that a receiver must keep full control of the ball even after hitting the ground?
Oh, I'm not even going to guess because I'm whatever I say is going to be ridiculous. So I'm sorry, I just don't know. I have no idea.
All right, pass on that. The answer we're looking for is the Calvin Johnson rule. All
Good
right,
for
back
him.
over to Katie with 3 minutes left.
His parents must be proud.
Played by Honor Blackman, the provocatively named Pussy Galore is a character in what James Bond film?
Oh, I'm thinking book and not even film. I've never seen a James Bond film. I know. Oh gosh. I'm just gonna go with Goldfinger.
And you're going to go with the correct answer.
Yeah,
Woo!
very good. Very good.
All right, back to Scott. What arguably zombifying smartphone activity includes balls, lures, candy, and stardust?
Oh boy. Uh, um, is it Candy Crush?
It is not Candy Crush. It's actually Pokemon Go.
Oh, wow. No.
All right, back to Katie with 2 minutes left. Every year, McDonald's offers its popular Shamrock Shake for a limited time during what month?
March.
March is correct. Back to Scott. When he was assassinated in Dallas, Texas in 1963, John F. Kennedy was riding in what make of car?
It was a Lincoln.
It was a Lincoln. Picking up a point there. Back to Katie. The director of what 2010 film has said in interviews that he often gets asked, does the top ever stop spinning?
You're looking for the film?
Yes.
Inception.
Inception is correct. Back to Scott. What is the name of the biggest technology company in South Korea?
Is it Iowa? AIWA?
We were actually looking for Samsung. Under a minute to go, Katie. Designed in 1958 to promote nuclear disarmament, the peace symbol is a circle divided into how many pieces?
4.
4 is correct. Back to Scott. Which sub-Saharan country was the first African country to write and incorporate protection of the environment into its constitution?
Sub-Saharan. Oh, boy. I don't know. Kenya?
We were actually looking for Namibia. All right, back to Katie. Who called Hamilton brilliant and the only thing that Dick Cheney and I have agreed on during my entire political career?
Oh gosh. I'm going to say Al Gore.
Al Gore is not correct. We were looking for Obama.
Ugh.
And with that, we have run out of time, but I do have one final question for Scott. In 2010, the media reported World War I officially ends after what country paid off its $33 billion war debt?
Oh, wow. Wow. Okay. I'll just go with Germany.
Well, you went with the correct one. Germany is correct. All right, folks, we did it. You have survived the hot seat, and I would say you have thrived during the hot seat. That was, well done. Still an incredibly close game. Scott, you've got 24 points. Katie, you've got 21.
I'm just proud that I broke 20.
Absolutely. Good for you. That's awesome.
You hung in there. And you still have an incredible chance to take it here.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm scared now.
All right. Well, we are going to dive into our wager rounds. Again, this is the only round in which you can't lose points. So you will want to make sure that you wager accordingly. Tonight, for our wager round, your 3 categories are the alphabet, space, and geography.
Oh, jeez. You got any more categories back there? What else you got back there?
Well, those are what I got.
Those are what you got. Okay.
But I'll go ahead and give you guys a couple minutes to work on your wagers. And while you do that, I'm going to go ahead and tell our listeners to take a chance to follow us on all of our social media. We're at PubTriviaExperience on Instagram, on Facebook, and on Twitter, we are PubTriviaPod because they don't give us enough characters to use our whole name. You can also join our Facebook group, The Lounge, fans of PubTriviaExperience and Boozy Bracketology. That's where we do a lot of our kind of interaction with folks and post polls and interesting kind of behind the scenes things. We're also getting started on Discord for kind of the same type stuff where we can kind of chat with you and kind of get some inside information on how this all runs and just the trivia world at large. You can get on that at ptebb.com/discord. And also for all of our Patreon and patrons out there, we thank you. And if you are interested in supporting us, you can also catch us at patreon.com/PTEBB. Any support you're able to give us on there goes right back into funding this show and the equipment that we need and the bills we got to pay to keep it running. So we appreciate anything and all of our current patrons out there. You guys all set?
Yep.
I think so.
All right. Well, we are ready to dive in. Our first question in the category of alphabet is the superscript dot above the lowercase I and lowercase j actually has a name. What is it?
I got it.
All right. Locked in. Katie.
Me.
What are your thoughts here?
Oh, yeah. What do you think?
I don't have any thoughts. That was so fast. Oh, goodness. Oh, I don't even know where to start. Superscript dot on the I and the J. I'm going to make something up because I know the 2 dots over the U are called an umlaut. So I'm just going to say it's called a lod.
A lot. Okay.
I just made that up. So.
All right. Scott, what did you lock in with here?
I locked in, I believe it's the word tittle.
You locked in with tittle. All right.
That sounds equally made up, to be clear.
It does. It absolutely does. And I'm sure it was by someone at some point.
Oh, goodness.
You are not wrong. It does sound incredibly silly. Katie, what did you wager on that question?
1 point.
Okay. And Scott, what did you wager on that?
I wagered 15 points.
15 points. All right.
For the alphabet. I thought, well, you can't. If you could stump me on the alphabet, I would be shocked. But you may have. I don't know.
All right. We're going to move on to our next question. In space, a space is said to smell like what food?
I'll lock in.
All right. Katie's locked in. Scott, what are you thinking here?
Oh, boy. I'm sure I've heard this. Oh, boy. I think it's, I don't know, boy. I don't really know. Can I say a guess if I have something?
Yeah, absolutely. You can go ahead. She's already locked in.
I'm gonna go with. That's wrong though. I'm gonna go with bacon.
With bacon, okay.
Yeah.
Scott's locked in with bacon. Katie, what was your answer?
I just locked in so I didn't have to talk about it. This is also a guess. I feel like I've heard it referred to as burnt something, so I went with burnt popcorn.
With burnt popcorn. Okay. And how much did you wager on this one, Katie?
Oh, none.
None. Okay. And Scott, how much did you wager?
Same thing. I did none for space.
With none. Lots of space lovers here.
Mm-mm. My husband's an aerospace engineer, so he knows this.
Oh, wow.
He's not
really
sending it through the ceiling to me.
Yeah.
All right. Well, he's going to be proud about the Stephen King books already.
Yeah.
So.
All I need.
We crushed that, Katie.
Yes.
All right. Our third and final question in the wager round is a bit of a long one, so hang on here. The Catatumbo lightning is an atmospheric phenomenon that occurs over the mouth of the Catatumbo River, where it empties into Lake Maracaibo. It originates from a mass storm of clouds at an altitude of more than 1 kilometer and occurs during 140 to 160 nights a year, 9 hours per day, and with lightning flashes from 16 to 40 times per minute. In what country does this take place?
I'm going to lock in.
All right, Scott's locked in. Katie?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, boy.
Well, let's see. There's like 100 and however many countries in the world. So I've got that. Those are my odds right now. Oh,
that's right. It's one of them.
Yeah. Oh gosh. I'm not going to make you repeat everything. Can you just say what did it, the word that started with the C, what?
Catatumbo.
Catatumbo. Okay. Oh goodness.
I mean, I don't mind reading it again.
No, that's okay.
He's a good guy.
I am just pulling a country out of thin air. I am going to say Mongolia.
Mongolia. Okay. And what did you wager on that?
1 point.
1 point. All right, Scott, what was your answer?
My guess is Venezuela.
Venezuela.
I believe
all
that's
right.
where Lake Maracaibo is. I may be wrong.
And what did you wager on that?
I bet 10 points on geography.
10 points. All right. All right, folks. Well, let's go back through this here because we have ourselves a game. The first question, Super Serp dot above the lowercase I and J actually has a name. The correct answer is Tittle.
Woo! Wow.
So Scott picking up a bunch of points there.
There you go.
Up 15, up to 39. Katie with the smart wagers only losing 1 point. So it is 20 to 39 right now. Our second question is, space is said to smell like what food? The correct answer that we were looking for, and Katie, you're going to be kicking yourself for this, is burnt steak.
Oh.
At least I got burnt.
You knew the burnt. Oh, give her half her points. I think it was 0, right?
I'll take it.
Give her half that 0. I'm going to be magnanimous.
I will give her half of the points she wagered on that
Take
one,
half
which
off
is
mine
still
and give it
0.
Yeah.
And then you both wagered 0, so neither up nor down.
Okay.
But our final question here was the Catatumbo lightning. And in what country does it take place? Katie went with Mongolia, and Scott went with Venezuela. The correct answer is Lake Maracaibo is in Venezuela.
Oh, thank you. Woo.
So, Scott, you are our winner tonight with 49 points. Katie, you ended up with 19. That was an incredible showing. Well done, guys. Well done indeed.
Well,
Katie, I think you blew your expectations out of the water.
I did better than I expected to do.
And I hope you had fun while doing it.
And Katie, really, that was right till the end, man. Those right? That was you. It was really great competing with you.
Thank you. I just never do stuff like this, so I was like, "Oh, this will be fun." So I'm just proud of myself for doing it.
That's awesome. I remember getting started with this a few years ago and felt the same way. I mean, why not? You know? I got the time, I
Right?
thought. All right. Well, I really appreciate you guys coming on and doing the hot seat challenge. Like I said, Scott, you are our champion tonight. You will be moving on to our next round.
Fantastic.
But
Looking forward to
Katie,
it.
thanks so much for being here.
Thank
Was there
you.
anything you wanted to plug, social media, fun tidbits, or?
Not really. Generally, be nice to your kids' teachers. We're all really tired and exhausted. It was a rough year. I put this as a joke in there, but a lot of teachers, we do like Amazon wish lists because we have to pay for everything that goes into our classroom. So if your kid's teacher has one, take a look at it. Maybe buy them one thing so that they don't have to buy it all for themselves.
Absolutely. You can't spend enough for those teachers. They do so much.
Yes.
Well, we appreciate it. And Scott, our champion, we'll see you on the next round. But is there anything that you'd like to promote or plug today?
Sure. Well, I mean, people can find my library. We have a lot going on. If people are in Connecticut, they can come. Your Connecticut library card works in every public library in the state. So we're just derbypubliclibrary.org. People can find us.
derbypubliclibrary.org. That's fantastic. Well, thanks again, guys. And for all of us here at the Pub Trivia Hot Seat Tournament, join us next time for some more exciting trivia action. For the Pub Trivia Experience, I have been Jeff.
I'm Katie.
And I'm Scott.
And we'll see you on the next show.